Alright, Mixcraft. Maybe this is gonna become like a semi-monthly kind of thing I'm gonna have to do. So, I don't remember what the last video was. I don't think I ever actually posted an update. I recorded it, but I never posted an update to um, my previous Mixcraft rant, which was about a bug that had been introduced in version 8. I think that's what I was using before. And then I and it just never got patched, and it was a really annoying bug. Here we are in version 9. If I didn't post that update, then that means you guys don't know how I wound up with version 9. This was basically their way of just, I guess, apologizing. They decided not to admit fault. They didn't really address my questions or concerns. Instead, they just threw free shit at me, which was version 9. And it's funny because if I had posted that video, that previous video where I talked about this, something that would have been mentioned, something you would have heard, is that always with new versions, there's new bugs that wind up continuing to persist throughout the rest of that version that just never get patched. And instead, if you want to get that bug patched, instead you have to buy the new version that comes out. And again, the new version, even though it might patch those old bugs, of course there's going to be shitty bugs that will persist with the rest of that version. Let's just hope that whatever bug persists is not completely unbearable. The bug here is not the most annoying bug. It is still a bug, and it does bother me a little bit. Let's look at this section right here. You'll notice that this section is overlapping this other MIDI section here. I don't remember exactly where it was. Let me just put it here. Okay, you see that? It's at the end of this little section here. And I'm also going to mute it. All right? And now let's just play. No problems there. Alright, now I'm going to go in. I'm going to click on this sound. I'm going to edit it. This is going to pop up here, right? I'm going to make some edits here, and then I'm going to minimize it, and... What's that? You see that? Let's play that back one more time. Let's play that back one more time. That was not any weird editing or anything that just happened. Alright, here we have this section right here. It overextends all the way over here. So I'm going to pull this back. And I don't even want to listen to it anyways, so I'm going to mute it. Then I'm going to open up this panel to edit the sound. And I'm going to minimize it. And look what's happened. Now you might be thinking, oh, maybe it just does that because you're going in to edit the sound. If you're not familiar with the music, that seems like a sound, haha, pun not intended, a sound way of thinking about this. So let me demonstrate it with another one. Let's do this one here. I'm going to mute it, and I'm going to extend it. And now I'm going to go to sound. I am selected on it, and you saw it happen right there. It just bumped it right back. Now, leaving this window open, I can mute it, extend it, go to the next one, no problem. Go to the next one, no problem. Go to the next one, come back up here. And then I can minimize this, and still no problem. When I maximize it, whoop. Oh, it didn't do it that time. That's how we know it's a bug, because it's not doing it every single time. Alright, what about this one? Alright, this one seems fine. It's been unmuted. What if we maximize it and minimize it again? Oh, it's unmuted again. Let's mute it. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And there we go. And, oh, it's unmuted again. Whoa, cool. I wish I had posted that other video because I would feel very vindicated right now in what I had said about this software. I've had a really tough time lately recommending Mixcraft to other people. Here's the catch-22. I really wish I learned other workstations, because the problem is I have been using Mixcraft for such an ungodly amount of time. The entire time I've been producing music, even before I would even call myself starting to produce music, I'd been using Mixcraft in a much different sense than I am now, but I was using it. So needless to say, the workflow has been integrated into my process so deeply that it is very, very frustrating and difficult to use other softwares. So just because I'm using this software does not mean I am happy with it. And lately, I have felt very unhappy with Mixcraft, because here's the thing. I don't really know a lot about programming, but the sense I get from this software is that they've been using the same code base since basically version 1. I'm sure it takes a long ass time to rewrite an entire program from the ground up. But considering how many bugs are persistent and how many strange quirks are persistent throughout Mixcraft, it makes me believe that their code base is just the same. Secondly, their business model needs to be reviewed, because I hate the fact that there are major bugs that always get left behind in old versions of Mixcraft. The occasional rare crash because of some floating point error or something like that, obviously that's going to happen. I don't expect a flawless software. That's not what I'm saying. But repeatable, obvious bugs that get left into their software, they're just, it feels lazy. It feels like there's no Q&A. I had contacted Mixcraft about this, and all they said was, we Q&A our software. Fine. You don't Q&A it enough. Mixcraft, I wish I could recommend you like I used to. A long time ago, I was a evangelist for this software, because it is very easy compared to other softwares to figure out how to use. It's not the most powerful. It is often far behind the curve as far as production features go. I've always found ways around those missing features, and I've been able to work with it. So that's fine. What it does best is the intuitiveness of its user interface. Unfortunately, intuitiveness is not enough. It is not enough for me to evangelize this software. It is buggy, and I do not like the business model. Their practices of not testing their software enough and not supporting it enough after the release of the new version is something I cannot support. So, yes, I will likely continue to use this software, but I will use it feeling very bitter. And I will continue to try to nudge myself away from using this software. I felt very frustrated with Reaper. Maybe I didn't give it a fair shake. Maybe I'll go back and try it again. Studio One looks pretty nice. Maybe I'll give Studio One another try. I don't know. But what I can say is, if you are watching this video and you are interested in music production, my best recommendation to you is not Mixcraft. It is not. Just because I'm using it doesn't mean it's something you should use. Please, for the love of God, use a better software. I will preach for Reaper, a software I find very frustrating to learn, but I know it's in the same price bracket as Mixcraft, and yet it is about 100 times more powerful and about 100 times more stable. So, if you're looking to spend about $80 on a music production software, do not buy Mixcraft. Do not buy it. Do not buy it at all. Buy Reaper, integrate its workflow into your workflow so you do not become like me, where you are stuck using this shitty software. And honestly, I made a mistake by specializing in a single software. honestly, I recommend trying to learn as many different softwares as you can. So if one of them bites the dust, goes down a bad path, whatever it is, it's not a big deal to you. For me, changing away from this software is a humongous hassle. But I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep plugging away slowly by slowly, trying to inch my workflow towards a different software because I cannot support Mixcraft anymore. Let's see if I have to make another one of these videos again in the next few months when I find another bug that pisses me off. And again, Mixcraft support gives me a shit fucking answer. Mixcraft, let me tell you, let me address you directly. Thank you for the free upgrade to my software. However, your software is affordable, especially the upgrades, so I don't want your free shit. What I want when I contact you is I want an answer to my questions. I don't want you to give me some weaselly workaround, and I don't want you to give me free shit. I want you to answer my questions. That's all. Especially as a user of your software for such a long time.